Hello ladies and gentlemen, let's do another discussion bit. I've enjoyed the last two that I've done, and a topic has occurred to me today that I thought to myself, I'm interested in that. And I see a lot of people talk about becoming a wrestler, that they would love to become a wrestler and they'd love to go and work for the WWE. And it's a dream that many of us, I'm sure, in the past or currently harbour. You know, I know that when I was growing up, it was always, I'd love to be a wrestler. That'd be absolutely awesome. Of course, I'd like to go to and work for Vince McMahon, and that'd be the greatest of things. And it's one of those interesting ones, like, one of your mates will say, oh man, if I was that guy, I'd go in there and give him sort of stunner, and that'd be that. It's an interesting one because I think nowadays, maybe it's because of my advancing age, I am 31 next month after all, but I think the idea of working for the WWE sounds pretty awful, to be honest. I mean, think about it. As a wrestler, let's look at it just as a wrestler, if nothing else. As a wrestler, on the road for so many, you work 4 nights a week, yeah? On the road 4 nights a week, all the flying, all the travelling, and then there's no guarantee that you'll be booked or booked well. Because it can all start off well. Let's give you an example. Someone like Drew McIntyre, who was brought in, and Vince McMahon said he's the chosen one. And then, he had a little bit of a push, and then for years did nothing of note at all. And the thing he's doing now that's all right, because I mean, I've got no problem with 3MB, but I can see why some people don't like them and would say it's stupid or it's a pointless gimmick or it's a waste. I can see that side of it completely. I promise you, I can. But at least he's not doing nothing, is what I mean. It's better than nothing, isn't it? What he's doing at the moment. If you can, if you think about it, you could play a character on the Indies for years, but WWE will, very rarely let you use that character only. You can't really think of anyone, even if it's just a tiny little tweak, like they'll change your name, like we did with Daniel Bryan. So you don't get to be yourself. You don't get to be the character that you've played forever. You have to do all this ridiculous travel. Things like little things like, what entrance music will you have? Well, you have no choice, do you? Maybe if you make it and make it as a main eventer, and years down the line, you get to choose what music you have, like Punk or Triple H or someone like that. Yeah. When you come in, no, it's not gonna be like that at all, is it? You're gonna have whatever music you're fucking given, and that's that. What if you're brought up through the NXT, yeah? And you're brought up and right, we're going to bring you up, we've got this character idea and it's perfect for you. What is it? And imagine it, let's look at someone who's out there at the moment. Instantly, I haven't even got my computer here, I'm just straight up waffling, alright? I want you to do the discussion bit of it, but I'm just sort of getting into my stride a little bit. You're sat down and you're told, right, here's the deal, to me, Mark P, right, here's the deal, we've loved your stuff, everything we've seen you in NXT, everything on the Indies, all brilliant, you can talk, you can wrestle, everything like that. I know I can't, but go with me here. The gimmick we've got for you is going to be basically based on Dancing with the Stars, and we want you to be a dancer. Not only that though, there's more. I know, just let me flesh it out a little bit. You're going to be obsessed with how your name's said, because we're going to call you Fandango. But we can't just call you Fandango. You're going to make a big song and dance, no pun intended, that it's Fandango. And I guarantee you, guy, that will get you over. And in 10 years' time, you will be a 5 years' time, 1 year's time, you will be a superstar. Now think about it. After you've spent your whole life dreaming of getting to the WWE, that you spent your whole time that you've been training, that you've been on the Indies, and you've gone through NXT going, I'm just waiting for my shot, I'm just waiting to get. Do you turn it down? Do you? Do you? You would not turn down that chance. That's one of the reasons why there's been so many wank characters, because all these wrestlers have spent so long trying to get to the WWE that once they're given their chance, look at Simon Dean, the former Nova, talented wrestler, shit gimmick, of course he's going to take it, because he was on the developmentals for ages. We've got the same thing could be said for Eugene. Nick Dinsmore, ridiculously talented wrestler, unbelievably talented wrestler. He's offered this mentally retarded character, and he ran with it and he made it successful. But of course, so was it's never going to be a main eventer, are you? You're never going to win the championship as Eugene or Simon Dean. Or I can't see Fandango ever being the world champion, can you? I mean, obviously, it could happen, but if you'd have told me 5 years ago, Mark Henry will never, if he will win the world championship, I would have laughed my ass heartily at you. Mark Henry's not the main eventer, idiot. The other flip side of it, the other thing I've been thinking of, this has just come to me, before I head off, I just thought of something else, which is, we are all wrestling critics, aren't we? Especially on this bloody website. We all criticise. I criticise every show I watch in at least one way, don't I? I can't watch something something and it can be perfect. The latest booking vid I've done, latest review I've done, had 4 matches on it, all of which were 3 stars or above. What's the show get? 9 out of 10. You can't have 10 out of 10. That would be crazy. But the thing is, right, the other thing I want to ask is, so basically question 1, would you want to be a wrestler, should we say? If you were a wrestler, would you work for the WWE? Secondly, would you work as a writer? Because I've heard so many crazy stories about the jealousy and the backstabbing that happens if you're a writer. If you get in with Vince and he likes your ideas, you are a target for all of the other writers because Vince has got his favourites, and a lot of Vince's writers are just yes men. So if you come in with all these crazy ideas, I've got this great idea for a logical storyline that booked correctly will get us to WrestleMania and will make us millions because it's genius. And if Vince likes it, you're a target. And all the other writers will try and get rid of you because they want to be the number one, the yes man. It's fucking craziness. So once again, that's something that I just wouldn't want to do. I've always thought, people say to me, you must want to get to the WWE to be a commentator. And it's like, honestly, not really. I don't want the thought of my boss here telling me what to say. I can go to my bosses at Great Bear and GPW and get in touch with them and say, right, what points do you want me to talk about during the show? And I'll write them all down, and they're the ones that that I try and get in, all points, all the points they want me to cover in. I don't want someone in my ear constantly telling me how to work. That sounds horrible, which of course is what the WWE, that's why Mick Foley left. Back in 2008, before he went to TNA, when he was working as a commentator on SmackDown. If I've got the wrong year, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't. He left because he was fed up of being told what to say by Vince in his ear, and it sounds awful. It should be natural. So no, I don't even want to work for WWE as a commentator. For all the fame, I'm sure, that would eventually come, and the money and all that, just none of it sounds appealing. But the whole point of this vid, once again, discussion. I want to see in your comments, would you like to work for WWE? What would you like to do if you did work for WWE? Or, of course, why would you not want to work for the WWE? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Mark P. I'm really looking forward to your comments, and that's what I think, and I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.